Hey guys, yeah, this is Mark. Welcome to the channel. I'm doing another review today. Today it's going to be on a pistol that I picked up for my wife, and we'll go over that in just a second. The normal, if you like the channel, please subscribe, like, comment, yeah, whatever. It's the same crap that you hear from all the YouTube guys. I'm not going to harp on it. If you like it, fine. If not, okay, whatever. But the gun that I want to go over and review today is the new Ruger Security 380. All right, and I'll give you some of the reasons why I'm going to review this one today. It's actually the only 380 that I own. I don't think I've ever actually owned any other 380s. Everything I have pretty much is 9mm. But there were specific reasons why I picked this gun up. So over the years, my wife and I have been shooting for a long time, and 9mm pistols, sometimes she has a lot of problems with stovepiping, and the stovepiping is basically because she's lip wristing the gun. She's not keeping it locked well enough, so when the slide comes back, it's not fully traveling the distance it needs to. It's not kicking out the shell, so you get the stovepipe in the pistol. For those people that don't know what stovepiping is, it's basically looks like that. Okay, it doesn't fully eject the empty round, and that's because the slide is not doing its full cycle. It's not kicking it all the way out. So she had issues with that. And the other issue was racking. Actually racking, some of the 9mm are really, really stiff. She struggled with that. So for the longest time, she's been shooting a lot of revolvers. Saw a lot of reviews online over the past couple of months for this new Ruger Lite Rack, what do they call it? The Security 380. So I thought I'd pick one up and give it a shot. I'm not a Ruger fan. I've never owned any other Rugers. Hadn't even considered a Ruger. Till again, I saw some of the online reviews of this. And to be honest, I'm pretty impressed. When I first got it, obviously, one of the first things I do is I break all the guns down, I clean them, I lubricate them, make sure that the barrels are good. I mean, I fully inspect a gun before I take it out, put any rounds through it at all. I probably put 100 rounds through it, and it was a pretty fun little pistol. She took it out the other day for the very first time, put about 150 rounds through it. She loved it. She was shooting between 7, 8, 9 yards, and was doing a group that you could put your fist through. I mean, she was just shredding the paper on it, so she had no issue with it whatsoever. And she's not a fan of the iron sights, but she was doing a fantastic job. One of the things that she really liked was the fiber optic green front sight, and I love that too. I mean, you take it out in the sunlight and it glows. I mean, it's almost like it's on battery. Take it to an indoor range, which is where we shoot, and I hate the indoor ranges. It's good, but it doesn't give you the full illumination that you would if you were outdoors type thing. So I'm going to go ahead and go over this review, go over some of the stuff that we've noticed on it, and the good, the bad, the ugly, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, so hold on one sec. Okay, so now we've got the bench top here. So the Ruger comes in this big fancy cardboard box, which basically it comes in a bag. You've got your owner's manual that came with it. The Lite Rack, I don't know why they put a rubber band around it, but they do. Actually comes with a safety flag. Your 380 loader, which the Maglula works just fine for these mags, so that's what we use. We didn't use this. And then the worthless child lock that they put in here. They also give you an additional bottom. So let me just show everybody. The gun is completely cleared. Okay, gonna take the mag out. So it comes with a 15 round double stack. It comes with a 10 round, which just have like a little pinky lever here on the bottom. But then you've got another base. So if you want to pop one of these off and make it completely flush with the with the bottom of the pistol. So basically, if you wanted to go completely flush, you can take that off, and there you go, which is kind of cool. I had some issues with the mags though, and we're gonna go into that in just a second. So anyway, so that's the box. So it comes with the 2 mags. It comes with the 15 rounder, and it comes with the 10 rounder. Now we'll go over the good stuff first, and I'll tell you the stuff that I'm going to bitch about. So when they say this is a Lite Rack, they mean this is a Lite Rack. So if I take my thumb and my pinky, I can rack it. I mean, you could do this all day long. I mean, it's the easiest gun to rack that I've ever had. For me, the 15 rounder, I like it because it gives me a little bit more grip on the bottom, so I can get a good grip on it. The 10 round is okay. It still works. So what I like about the gun, obviously, is the front optic sight. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see, and this is indoors with just incandescent light, and you can see how that is glowing. I mean, this thing really pops. And you got the blackout back sights. So I love the way that is. It also has which is kind of weird, and you'll know everybody online that's reviewed this gun is going to say the same thing. It has a safety. Okay. First of all, the only way to put the safety on is you have to push it from the very back and lever it up. Okay. If you try to push it up from the front, it doesn't work. So it's got to go all the way back from the back. Locks the trigger. The safety only works when the gun is cocked. If I try to lock it up now, I can't push it up because I've already pulled the trigger on it. So you've got to, I don't know if that was enough. So you got to cycle the gun in order to put the safety on. Now, some folks don't like the safety. It actually doesn't bother me because even though putting it on is kind of a hassle because you've got to pull it up exactly from the back. When it's on, the minute you get the gun in your hand, it's an easy disconnect for the safety. Just take your thumb, slide it down, and you're locked. You're lined up. So that's kind of cool. So the safety really doesn't bother me that much. Takedown of the gun is kind of weird. So you actually need some sort of a little tool or really strong fingernails. So this round post, I guess you want to call it, you can't push it through from this side. All right, what you've got to do, there's a little tiny gap in here. You need something that you can slide down in there. See if I can get this on the camera for you. Come on. All right, after you pull the slide back a little bit, you've got to use something to pop that out. Okay, so you've got to have the slide aligned for that hole, and then you've got to pull this out. Then this just slides off. Pretty much, it almost feels like a toy gun. I mean, it's really plasticky. It has an internal hammer, which is what fires it. This is actually, it's actually a hammer-fired gun. See, this is the hammer right here. Well, there we go. See, it locks back. So it's actually a hammer-fired gun. And then the slide just goes together like any other of your, where am I at? Over here. Okay, I was going the wrong way. So any of the other gun. The spring is not actually, no, the spring is captured on this. That's the other gun I was thinking of. Here's your barrel. Now, when I received mine, it almost looked like there was a little bit of surface rust inside the barrel. Wasn't a big deal. Bristle brush and some cleaner, and it came right out. But, check yours when you first get it. And then your slide. It's just very basic, very clean slide. Putting it back together is the same way. And then to put it back, the slide goes in. You got to line up the holes. And this will only go in one way because it has a flat side to it. Function check. You're good. Then your mags. I had no problem loading these mags without a mag loader. Some people, your mileage may vary. You may want it. Whatever the case may be. Very smooth shooting gun. Very accurate gun. Had no issue hitting the targets we were trying to. I took it out to 10 to 12 yards and I was still doing all right. I didn't spend a lot of time with it, but I didn't seem to have any issue with the accuracy on the gun. Recoil, it's like a step above a 22. I mean, there's hardly any recoil to this gun at all, which is super smooth. Trigger, you know what? I never bothered to check the trigger on this. Let's see what we got here. So the wheeler gauge. 5.6. Do it again. Oh, duh. It'd help if I did that, wouldn't it? Okay. Yeah, I'm a professional video maker, can you tell? 5.49. Remember to rack it. There we go. And last but not least, 5.1. So it breaks right at about 5, which is nice. Like I said, it's a nice little gun. So now the things that I will complain about. The mags. So Ruger, if you're watching this, you really need to fix your mag followers on this gun. Look at how far up that mag follower. It almost, the front almost wants to pop out on it. I mean, it's that far. Normally it should be like that. I mean, how hard is it, you guys, to design a mag follower that's a little bit better? The first mags that came with it, the follower was popping up so far. Actually, starting to see it on this one too. You can see a line in the follower. Let's see if you can see that or not. Where the slide anyway, there's a line on the follower, like right here, where the slide is scraping against the follower when it's empty, because the mag follower is sticking up too high. I sent them back. They sent me 2 other ones, but they're the same as the ones that they have. The other complaint that I have about this is on the 15 round mag. This thing is this is obnoxious. Okay, why they couldn't have put a regular base on here that's a 1-piece instead of this 2-piece abomination that they've got on here. I mean, this come on, you guys can do, where the hell is it going? No, not like that. Come on. There we go. Ruger, you can do better than that. I mean, seriously, is that the best you got? Just put a real base on here, for God's sakes. Figure out a way to make it go on the way you want it to. But that's probably it. Like I said, had some. The wife was shooting with it. Had no issues with it. 0 issues. No stove piping, no problems. And I'm just shooting blazer brass aluminum cased stuff, whatever the cheapest that I could find. And it ate the aluminum case without any issue. I mean, I had no issues with it at all. It was accurate. It ejected it. Had no problems at all. Some of her rounds were coming back. Her ejection was not consistent. She had some rounds that were coming back straight at her head. Some were kicking out to the side. Again, I don't know if maybe that was because she was limp wristing just a little bit, so the ejection was off. I didn't notice it when I shot it, but I wasn't really paying attention to it either, so I'm not sure. But anyway, so that's the review on the Ruger Security 380. It's a great little gun. She really enjoyed shooting it, so this will be her go-to. I'll put probably a little flashlight on the front for her. One thing I'd like to see Ruger do at some point maybe is to do a little optic plate for the back. You know, put a little, was it the Holosun 507, their small micro, to go on here, which would be great. And a little light on the front, and it'll be a nice little gun. It's got some nice weight to it, and the size is pretty good. So that's all I was going to go over today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or whatever, please feel free to leave them. And you guys have a fantastic day, and enjoy your range time. Thanks. Bye.